Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the Eloquence reissue of the complete George Szell on universal labels. That's really what this is, because it's all of his recordings. There's only one for Deutsche Grammophon and Philips and Decca. Now, all of this material has been released before. Here they've managed to cobble together 10 CDs, partly by including some things that weren't in the previous editions, the previous box sets, partly by issuing things in original LP format, which makes the playing time much shorter, so they get more discs and they can charge you more money. You get it? But I don't blame them. I mean, it's great stuff and everyone should have it, so what the heck, it's only money. And now, so let's see, you may recall this previous thing. This was the Decca and Philips recordings, 1951 to 1969, original masters. This was out in like a regular cardboard box and in this sort of plastic thing. It has, if you can read the back of it, 5 CDs worth of stuff. So half of this. And then there was this thing. This was back when Philips was still Philips and not Decca. It has the Concertgebouw recordings. Everything he did with the Concertgebouw Orchestra, all of which is in here. But that was just 2 discs. So, there's let me see what else is in here. Is that 3 discs? 2 discs, 3 discs. Yeah, 2 discs. That's all it was. So let's look in here and see what exists. I mean, it's Szell. It's essential stuff. Some of these things are just unbelievably marvelous. First, you get the typically intelligent booklet, and we have some original jacket stuff happening here, which is rather nice. So I'm pulling it out of its little cardboard slipcase, and we've got, the Beethoven Egmont music. Well, this is a classic. This fabulous disc of all the Egmont music with the Vienna Philharmonic, including a slammin' overture and Pilar Loringar and Klaus-Jürgen Wussau narrator. They have a narrator, but it's amazing performance. So that's like essential. And then we've got with the Concertgebouw, Beethoven's Fifth. It's a wonderful Beethoven's Fifth, although he did it in Cleveland, and there's that live Vienna one that was on Orfeo that are also fabulous. I mean, he did a great Fifth. And Mozart's 34th Symphony in C major. There's that one. Then we've got, and what makes this special, by the way, this thing, is that it includes all of his concerto recordings. So that includes, well, you'll see them as we go. Most exciting are the Clifford Curzon recordings. So you've got the Emperor Concerto coupled to the Brahms Third Symphony. These are, let me see, 1949 and 1952. They're monos, but the performances are quite special. The Beethoven is with the London Phil. The Brahms is with the Concertgebouw. And it's a beautiful performance of that, although the sonics are somewhat iffy. Then the Brahms First, a classic. Szell basically owned the accompaniment to Brahms' First piano concerto. He did it with Curzon, he did it with Fleischer, he did it with Serkin. They're all fabulous. So this is great. This is 1962. So that's in stereo. Then there's the Dvorak Eighth, which Szell did, 3 times. There's the Sony one, the Columbia, what he did in the 50s, and then he remade the 8th for EMI as one of his last recordings when he started making records for EMI. It was only in like the last year of his life. Very, very fine performances all. I like the last one best. It's the best sound. The Dvorak is from 52 in mono. The cello concerto is with Pierre Fournier in the Berlin Phil. This was the Deutsche Grammophon recording. It is usually coupled with Bloch Shlomo, but Szell wasn't the conductor in that. It was, I think, Alfred Wallenstein. So there's that. And actually, those are nicely coupled. That's not original issue stuff. They put 2 things together for better value. Then we've got Handel, the water music and fireworks music, and the Largo from Xerxes, and the Minuet from Il Pastorfido with the London Symphony. This is kind of like a minor hidden gem. I mean, the performances are wonderful. You don't associate Szell with this music at all, but he played it superbly, and it's just a fun record. These are the Hamilton Hardy arrangements, but they're delightful. Oh yes, this is wonderful. The Concertgebouw doing. This is from 1958. Mendelssohn: A Midsummer Night's Dream, and four movements. Szell remade this stuff, of course, but for precision and warmth, and it's just gorgeous here. And the Rosamund music by Schubert, 32 minutes of it. Yeah, great stuff. One of the things that was so funny about Szell's career is, he out Toscanini. Originally, when he was young, the story goes, Toscanini invited him to conduct NBC, and he was doing the Eroica, and he tormented the NBC Symphony Orchestra over how to play the Eroica correctly so much that he and Toscanini wound up hating each other, and Toscanini never invited him back. It just goes to show that just when you think you've gone to the utmost extreme, something else comes along to prove you wrong. Then we've got Clifford Curzon. Excuse me. Mozart Concertos 23 and 27 with the Vienna Phil. Oh, these are glorious performances. Absolutely fabulously wonderful. So those are great. And then, oh yes, the Ultimate Sibelius 2. Well, some would say the Ultimate Sibelius 2 is Szell's live recording with the Cleveland Orchestra live in Tokyo, which is insane. And it's so fabulous. But this is glorious as well. And you have the Concertgebouw, which is, they bring their own, beautiful timbres to the music. And the interpretation is largely the same. I mean, Szell just nails this piece. It's just nobody else comes close to playing it the way he does. It's really extraordinary. There are other wonderful performances that are different. The Barbaroli, for example, that was last on Testament with the Royal Phil, that's wonderful too. But that's a very romantic, swooshy performance. This is far stricter and far more precise, and to be frank, I think a lot more exciting. But in any case, it's just great. And last but not least, the world of the great classics on Decca, Tchaik 4. Now, with the London Symphony, coupled with the first piano concerto with Clifford Curzon, which is another well-filled and wonderful CD. Now, this Tchaik 4, Szell never allowed it to be released in his lifetime. He did not approve it for release, and I understand why. It's a very good performance. It's taut and exciting, as Szell usually is. It's not as disciplined as I think he ideally would have wanted. I guess he would have wanted to remake the finale, but it's still awfully good. It really is not one of his best. It's not as great, for example, as his Tchaikovsky Fifth, but it's a very fine performance. And, if you didn't get these, you have no excuse. Get this while you can. There are some absolutely stunning performances in here. And to have all of Szell, including the concertos in a box, was a really smart thing to do. Thank you, Cyrus, who runs this series. He's one of the few living brains in the classical music world right now. And these are always well done. These boxes, they're beautiful. You won't be sorry. So give it a shot and listen to that Sibelius too. Holy mackerel. And the Egmont music and the Beethoven Fifth and all the stuff with Clifford Curzon and the Dvorak Cello Concerto. Greatness is its own justification, as I like to say. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.